after you worship the fire, put this water inside that thing and around.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. On behalf of Shri Radha Gopinath, Shri Gaunitai, Srila Prabhupada, and the management of our Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to what we believe very strongly is the 10th anniversary of our annual Nrsimhadeva Yajna. This Nrsimhadeva Yajna was inaugurated by the desire of His Grace Rupa Goswami Das, who originally started his Krishna conscious practice in Trinidad, but has now relocated to England. And it's one of the festivals throughout the year that we have that many devotees look forward to. It's a very wonderful exchange that we want to have amongst ourselves, as well as in the association of the Supreme Lord during the performance of this Yajna. The performance of Yajnas like this, oftentimes people say, this is not a Hare Krishna thing, that we perform the Sankirtan Yajna. That is a fact. But our acharyas, recognizing that the performance of Yajna is something essential for householders and aspiring devotees, not just an ordinary devotee came up with this, but the system of Yajna we follow is actually given by one of the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, one of the 6 Goswamis, Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he, after studying very carefully the Vedas and their corollary treatises, he came up with this system of Yajna, which is adapted, coming straight from the Vedas, but the essential principles of the performance of Vedic Yajna are tailored to the needs of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, of the practicing Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So the performance of this Yajna is not just a ritual that we come and take part every year, and everyone has fun offering the grains into the fire, swaha, and you see some people trying to duck because they feel some people are actually throwing the grains at their head and not the fire. All that goes on. And it helps in the exchange of rasa amongst the devotees. But actually the performance of this Yajna is a principle of devotional service. Because the main thing that we'll be doing throughout this Yajna is chanting the names of God, the names of Lord Nrsimhadeva, who Srila Prabhupada, whose worship Srila Prabhupada introduced in our society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And he said, this is for the protection, this worship of Lord Nrsimhadeva is for the protection of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And by extension, when we perform this Yajna, we humbly pray to Lord Nrsimhadeva, not for him to solve our financial problems, not for him to solve our health problems, for him to make a nice marriage situation for us. Rather, we pray to Lord Nrsimhadeva for the protection and the preservation of our devotional service. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he likened devotional service to be a creeper, a very tender creeper that runs the risk of being uprooted and destroyed by many external factors. We won't go into that. But Lord Nrsimhadeva, he protects our devotional service. So now, in the performance of this yajna, I'll just give you an overview of how the program will run. Now we'll have the invocation mantras inviting auspiciousness. Also, I want to ask everybody to put their cell phones on silent, please, if you haven't done so already. Just make a little double check on me. I'll check mine just now also to make sure. We'll have the opening mantras, which are called Swasti Vachana and Shanti Panchakam, which are meant to create an auspicious atmosphere. Immediately following that, we'll have the purification rite, where we acknowledge our own impure state and pray to Krishna that he come within our mind and hearts, that we may be purified inside and outside. And we then have the recitation of the Sankalpa, which is an event by itself. And then we'll have a very wonderful discourse on the significance and the importance of observing this festival of Nrsimhadeva. And we have a very special treat in that the personalities who will be giving this class are none other than our own GBC, His Holiness Vigraha Swami, and also his very dear godbrother and our resident sannyasi, His Holiness, let me see if I could say it in one breath, His Holiness Bhakti Prabhupada Damodar Vrat Maharaj. He will also be speaking today. Now, in case you're wondering who that is Damodar Maharaj. So now we begin with the recitation of the Swasti Vachana. So the priests near to them should have their colored rice or asakta. So when we recite this mantra, Swasti Vachana means we are invoking auspiciousness. So when I signal the priests, they will sprinkle this colored rice or asakta in the various directions to invite auspiciousness amongst all of us here. Om Punantu Man Deva Janaha Punantu Manasadyaha Punantu Vishwa Bhutani Jata Veda Punihimam Om Asya Karmana Punyaham Bhavantu Pravantu Om Punyaham Om Punyaham Om Punyaham. Like a little or rice. Your auspiciousness all over the place. Om Urka Deva Shakune Shamagayasi Brahmaputra Iva Savaneshu Shamshasi Vrasheva Vaji Shushumakira Paita Sarvato Naha Shakune Badrama Vada Vishvato Naha Shakune Punyama Vada Om Asya Karmana Swasti Bhavantu Bhavantu Ayushmate Swasti Om Swasti Om Swasti Om Swasti. Now if that's a word, you read on the back, didn't get rice, there's something wrong, eh? And if Amoka didn't get some rice and Shami didn't get some rice in the back for this last time, something wrong. So Om Swastina Indro Vedve Pravaha Swastina Pucha Vishvavedaha Swastina Sarksho Aristanemihi Swastino Brihaspati Udadhatu Om Asya Karmano Riddhim Bhavantu Pravantu Om Ridyatam Om Ridyatam Om Ridyatam Om Ridyama Stomam Shanu Yama Pajama No Mantram Sarate Hopayatam Yashona Pakvam Madhu Goshvantara Brahmanosho Ashvino Karmada Praha Om Om Swasti no Govinda Swasti no Achyutananto Swasti no Vasudevo Vishnu Dadhatu Swasti no Narayano Narovai Swasti na Padmanabha Purushottamo Dadhatu Swasti no Vishwakseno Vishveshwaraha Swasti no Hrishikesho Harir Dadhatu Swasti no Vainateyo Harihi Swasti no जना सूतो हनुर भगवतो दधातु स्वस्ति स्वस्ति सुमंगलय केशो महान श्री कृष्ण सचित आनंद घन सर्वेश्वरेश्वरो ओम तद्विष्णु परमं परं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिवीव चक्षुराततं तद्विप्रास विपान्यवो जागृवंसा समिन्दते विष्णो यत् परमं परम् हरि ओम शन्नो मित्र शं वरुणः शम्यो भवत् अर्यमा शन्नो इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे एव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मावतु तद्भक्तारम् अवतु अवतु माम् अवतु भक्तारम् ओम शान्तिः 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 ओम शन्नो मित्र शं वरुणः शन्नो भवद्वर्यमा शन्नो इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायु त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मवादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मावीत् तद्भक्तारमावीत् आवीन् माम् आवीत् भक्तारम् ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ओम सहनावतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावनीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णम् उदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ओम तत्संयोरावृणीमहे ज्ञातुं यज्ञाय ज्ञातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजं शं नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ओम जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे So now we'll have the purificatory rite or the Achmana, and it's a very simple procedure. I'll chant the Achman mantra, Om Apa Vitruva Vitruva, 3 times. And at the end of each recitation of the mantra, I'll recite Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, and you pour 3 drops of water into your right hand, and you sit, and then you purify your hand once more with water from the Achman cup. So in the next 10 seconds or so, you could see that even if you don't have an Achman cup, there should be an Achman cup near to you that you could take part in the purificatory rite. I won't recite the mantra responsibly in the interest of time. I'll just recite the mantra and recite Sri Vishnu at the end. So everybody should be ready by now. So I'll begin. Om Pavitra Pavitro Va Sarva Vastangato Piva Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Vyantara Shuchihi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. Just sit and purify. Om Pavitra Pavitro Va Sarva Vastangato Piva Yasmarit Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Vyantara Shuchihi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. Om Pavitro Pavitro Va Sarva Vastangato Piva Yasmarit Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Vyantara Shuchihi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. And now we have the performance of the Sankalp, or the sacred vow that we all take to see the completion of this yajna. So to prepare for the Sankalp, first take some drops of water and hold it in your right palm. And the object of this exercise is you have to keep that water in your right palm until the end of the Sankalp. So the catch is, if the water fell out from your hand before the end of the Sankalp, and I don't know what your position is. Om Vishnu Ram Tat Sat Sridhar Masi Krishna. I recited Sankalp at the front month. I don't know what is my position now. Om Vishnu Ram Tat Sat Vaishak Mase Shukla Pakshe Shri Nrsimha Chaturdashi Tito Achyuta Gotra Panchatattva Devi Dasi Achyuta Gotra Gupta Das Achyuta Gotra Chakrapani Das Achyuta Gotra Damodar Das Achyuta Gotra Shanta Vigraha Das Shri Nrsimha Prityartam ISKCON Trinidad Yatra Narvesh Rakesh Ramnarayan Pirakshanaya Sandhya Madhu Ramnarayan Pirakshanaya Kiamraj Lochan Ramru Pirakshanaya Sharmala Janki Ramru Pirakshanaya Arti Chandani Ramru Pirakshanaya Jayananda Ramru Pirakshanaya Piyari Ramgyal Pirakshanaya Mohandai Mando Pirakshanaya Bella Christine Manoram Pirakshanaya Randy and Rishi Michelle Cindy Vitra Pirakshanaya Hardev Raghunanan Pirakshanaya Savitri Raghunanan Pirakshanaya Bina Bulu Pirakshanaya Rosie Manoram Pirakshanaya Yeshwar Shami Dulchan Pirakshanaya Julana Rasika Devi Dasi Pirakshanaya Ajoda Sukram Pirakshanaya Purnawati Budai Hema Mohammed Pirakshanaya Krishna Shanti Justin Shania Chanel Josiah Sayara Pirakshanaya Paramdev Siv Pirakshanaya Vidvan Das Pirakshanaya Himamukti Dasi Pirakshanaya Shyama Jivana Subhadra Pirakshanaya Him Budai Chandradev Budai Divya Shrisa Pirakshanaya Mira Budai Pirakshanaya Devnarayan Phagu Pirakshanaya Maureen Phagu Pirakshanaya Kamali Phagu Pirakshanaya Ramchand Bruce Phagu Pirakshanaya Chanarday Birjasin Pirakshanaya Yudesh Gopal Pirakshanaya Keith Devanarayan Singh Purakshanaya, Neil Chanda Govinda Singh Purakshanaya, Mr. and Mrs. Frank and Karmali Singh Purakshanaya, Mrs. Danpati Gobin and family Purakshanaya, Mrs. Ramdev Gobin and family Purakshanaya, Avinash Jewelers Purakshanaya, Avinash Patel and family Purakshanaya, Vindra Emil Alex and Andrew Purakshanaya, Nara Akhilesh Urnilesh Anita Lakshman Shriyadha Devi Dasi and family Purakshanaya, Kerry Shivana Jagru Purakshanaya, Christy Lakshmi Jagru Purakshanaya, Nirmala Ramsingh Jagru Purakshanaya, Lisha Chal Purakshanaya, Vidya Jan Gayadin Purakshanaya, Nishal Gayadin Purakshanaya, Nandini Gayadin Purakshanaya, Navin Gayadin Purakshanaya, Rajo Ramsumer Purakshanaya, Ramsumer Jhamai Purakshanaya, Babra Marad Purakshanaya, Amrika Marad Purakshanaya, Devindranath Marad Purakshanaya, Danika Maraj Purakshanaya, Edison Lalchan Purakshanaya, Betty Lochan Purakshanaya. Somehow I feel every year the judges have more names than actually people present for the judge. Andy Ramraj, Rasa Keli, Lenak Shandi, Ananta Acharya Das, Oma Sopna, Janardan Keshava Purakshanaya, Subrat Rampal Purakshanaya. Now this one I just recited is a long distance Purakshanaya. That one comes in all the way from Los Angeles. He's one of our pujaris in our new Dwarka temple in Los Angeles. Ananta Acharya Das. Subrat Rampal Purakshanaya, Rati Rupa Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Shri Rupa Devi Dasi, Lokesha Das, Gupta Das, Radha Seva Devi Dasi, Rishi Rampal, Ramdulari R. Singh Purakshanaya, Nandulal Prasad Purakshanaya, Dev Preman Asha, and Mother Indira Purakshanaya, Devendra Das, Ramadas, Patita Udaran Das Purakshanaya, Kavi Karnapur Das, Hayagriva Das, Agnideva Das Purakshanaya, Padmanama Das, Krishna Varna Das Purakshanaya, Aladar Navadvipan Vrindavan Purakshanaya. I was supposed to say Trump's cow. Kartamasha Das Purakshanaya, Chakri Das, Dilavara Devi Dasi, Shalini, Saubhagi Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Radharani Devi Dasi, Chintamani Satyavati, Radhakun Lokanath and Prahlad Purakshanaya, Haraka Das and Swarga Lakshmi Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Yummy for your tummy, bakery and catering company Purakshanaya. Sometimes I feel some of these things will be little advertisement people help me. Nicholas Bawlal Purakshanaya, Meena Singh Purakshanaya, Sham Ramdas Purakshanaya, Gopana Daksha Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Janavi Ramdas Purakshanaya, Keshava Ramdas Purakshanaya, Vashali Ramdas Purakshanaya, Mohashana Das Premarupa Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Damodar Priya Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Jagat Bharta Das Purakshanaya, Rajo Advani Purakshanaya, Nita Ramdas Purakshanaya, Travis Ramdas Harrison Purakshanaya. I should point out that that is the first half of the list. So now for the next half. Lambert Boisson Purakshanaya, Vijay Ramdas Purakshanaya, Michael Ramdas Purakshanaya, Gauranga Haridas, Malini Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Sachin Lakshmi Diyal, Wage, Candice Lakshmi Diyal Purakshanaya, Ashram Ramcharan Purakshanaya, Savitri Vinayak Vasudeva Purakshanaya, Flora Indra Jivan Lennox Anand Evan Marina Steve Fiona Miles and Evan Purakshanaya, Gyani and family Purakshanaya, Rishi Farid and Nicholas Purakshanaya, Devendra Marad Purakshanaya, Sita Bhika Rajendra Bhika Purakshanaya, Sachiputra Das Purakshanaya, Shablis Purakshanaya, Harinarayan, Lakshman, Tikaram, Shobha, Prabha, Ramji, Sabina, Jaribandan, Pirakshanaya, Sham, Masha, and Ashok Kumar, Pirakshanaya, Karishma Jewelry, Pirakshanaya, Dr. Kantilal Khatri and family Pirakshanaya, Ramchan Mohan Pirakshanaya, Deepak Jewelers Pirakshanaya, Lakshmi Jewelers Pirakshanaya, Janava Devi Pirakshanaya, Parvati Diravago Pirakshanaya, Sara Vrishni Dinobriga Pirakshanaya, Nitai Singh Pirakshanaya, Chandravati Ramdin and family, also known as Bauji, Pirakshanaya, Sadhya Chirkut Purakshanaya, Jairadi Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Kila Devraj Jagru Purakshanaya, Brian Narad Jagru Purakshanaya, Madhu Siu Purakshanaya, Dulari Devraj Purakshanaya, Diwan Jagru Purakshanaya, Kirby Kent Purakshanaya, Rupavati Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Brian Lala Purakshanaya, Molly Purakshanaya, Satish Ramru Purakshanaya, Pandava Das Purakshanaya, Balgopal Das Purakshanaya, Amoha Devi Dasi Rupamanjari Purakshanaya, Giselle Zamorano Devopal Purakshanaya, Avinat Gopal Purakshanaya, Rishi Singh Ishwar Purakshanaya, Charyan Singh Gomati Purakshanaya, Trishi Singh Damini Purakshanaya, Trishana Singh Sumati Purakshanaya, Uraz Richard Mohammed Purakshanaya, Shama Mohammed Purakshanaya, Trisha Mohini Bali Purakshanaya, Atrisha Raghunanan Singh Purakshanaya, Aviana Ramraj Purakshanaya, Shivana Ramraj Purakshanaya, Kamla Lachan Purakshanaya, Vibuja Das Purakshanaya, Radha Gopi Vallabha Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Rajesh Ganesh and family Purakshanaya, Chanchala Devi Dasi Purakshanaya, Motilal Rishi Vidya Purakshanaya, Billy Stella Rishi Sundhan Purakshanaya, Kerry Kira Prasad Purakshanaya, Errol and Vishaka Sian Purakshanaya, Nareshwar Das and family Purakshanaya, Usha Birja Singh and family Purakshanaya, did you see family? Sufran Nandalal and family Purakshanaya, Vashi Solomon and family Purakshanaya, His Holiness Guru Prasad Swami Purakshanaya, His Holiness Bhakti Prabhupada Damdar Vrata Maharaj Purakshanaya. And at this point, if there's anyone here whose name was not called, or this just in. Rajesh Purakshanaya, Seva Govinda, Miru Devi, Madhuri Purakshanaya, Krishna Gupta and family Purakshanaya, Sangeeta Gupta and Sanjeev Maharaj Purakshanaya, Navin Reshma Ishana Devnarayan Purakshanaya, Langanaksham Devi Dasi and Priyarupa Devi Dasi Purakshanaya. Now, at this point in time, if there's anyone whose name was not called, say your name now. Purakshanaya, Shri Nrsimha Kavacha Stotra Homam Aham Karishyami. Pour the water in front of you. And one time, very loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Once more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now we'll have the class given this evening by our both Maharajas.
prayers, you get two different aspects. You have Ubra Nrsimha in the first prayer, and then you also have Lakshmi Nrsimha in the second. So it's hard for us to understand. Maybe it's easier for you folks, and for Gurus and Matajis, coming from, to a certain extent, the Vedic or Indian culture. In New York City, the incarnations were coming in too frequently. There was one guy, right, John, and then somebody said to Yeri, he said, "Oh, I think we have an incarnation." It doesn't exactly. Incarnation has to be in scripture, even like not so easy to find. Or even the reference to the Shanta not in the scripture. But sometimes the sannyas order, I don't have the privilege. I'm not allowed to be afraid. I'm supposed to be in whatever he says, abiding. Prabhupada says in a purpose that's specific to sannyasi. I'm not supposed to be afraid. So exactly look like an E-man. But so what do I do? There's so many scary things in the world, including death itself. So we pray to Lord Nrsimhadeva. So you can say fearing is one of the four material activities: eating, sleeping, waiting, and defending. So defending is fearing also. So it's hard to avoid that. It's very hard to avoid it. The survival instinct is so strong. We naturally defend ourselves like anything if we're attacked, or at least, especially in the case of the ladies, they're very expert in emitting very loud sounds. So when they come to help them, sometimes they're also expert in fighting as well. Usually they're expert in screaming. So what should I do? Should we take shelter of Lord Nrsimhadeva? Protect us from so many things. The material world is padam padam tapi padam. Most of you have heard it. Danger at every step. Even last time I just mentioned that it was back in October, November. I was sitting in the room and the whole building started shaking. There was a pretty big earthquake some distance away, and we were feeling it. Yeah. And I tried to wake up Agni. He said, "Agni, the whole building is shaking." He said, "That's all right." Didn't let it disturb me. And I saw this was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and not unusual. We had a neighbor, Vigraha, he was awake, and he said, "Yes, I felt it. So the whole building was shaking. And so it was getting into intense. Meanwhile, the clock is ticking away. So we should be very thankful that Srila Prabhupada has given us wonderful information. And Lord Nrsimhadeva began especially to protect his great devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. Described Prahlad as expert at Krishna Smarana. He was able to remain fixed and remember Krishna even in the face of being tortured, terrorized by his father, by his own father. He was so fixed in his Krishna consciousness. He had heard about Krishna, even while still in the womb. Narada Muni was instructing him. And he was so fixed, he was so staunch, and he was so perfectly equipoised, meditating on the Lord, that he induced the Lord to come. When it just became intolerable, not for Prahlad. Prahlad could tolerate anything. Prahlad Maharaj even says that, actually, I'm not afraid of the Vaitarani, the great river of material existence. Because wherever I am, I'm perfectly situated. I can just fix myself and become absorbed in chanting your glories. helps those who help themselves. So we depend on Lord Nrsimhadeva, but it's not like we go and we cough in each other's face in public. And so I won't, my voice is even more frog-like than usual. So to save you from, relieve you from having to tolerate too much, I'll pass the baton, the electric baton, to this holiness school of Yajna. Please. Actually, we were invited to sit in this seat over here, but because Damodar Maharaj decided to sit here, I will follow in his footsteps. So, Prahlad Maharaj, he is our Guru, one of 12 Mahajans. And the whole pastime of the appearance of Lord Nrsimhadeva is to teach us to follow fearlessly, to develop, as Maharaj was speaking about, this fearless consciousness. Fearless doesn't mean that we feel no fear, because that's natural. But it means that when that fear comes, we take shelter of the Lord. We see all through the Bhagavatam that people become fearful. This material world is a very fearful place. It's full of so many distresses and problems. Even in a protected place, like we're fairly protected here in Trinidad and many places. You know, sometimes, just like Maharaj here was in Colombia for many years, and especially during that time, and even a little before that, there were bombs being exploded everywhere. One time right in front of our temple, exploded a bomb. Even inside the temple they did, as a matter of fact. And Medellin. But I was sleeping, all of a sudden, the glass flew over our heads. No, this isn't over that. So the point is, that's very dangerous. You never know. And sometimes danger comes in the little mosquito. One little bite, you can get dengue, you can get encephalitis, you can get so many things. Malaria, so many things. So these are the dangers. Not that we have to think of a danger, a car accident, or to speak of those dangers. But even a little mosquito, a little microorganism, can be so dangerous. And Lord Nrsimhadeva is Krishna's incarnation to give us the satisfaction and assurance that in spite of whatever happens, now Srila Prabhupada said that Prahlad Maharaj, he was put into boiling oil. So we don't have to imitate him to rest assured that Nrsimhadeva will protect us. Most likely, if we jump into boiling oil, we may find that we don't have the same experience as Prahlad Maharaj. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, don't imitate
that is called karana, but sarana. One should capture the essence of what the devotee is doing. So the essence is that he's taking shelter of the Lord. So we take shelter of the Lord according to our position, our situation. We don't try to imitate Raghunath Goswami, Prahlad Maharaj. Srila Prabhupada said that the reason we speak a lot about Prahlad Maharaj, because the reason that Lord Nrsimhadeva appears, Parijanaya Sadhu Nam, he appears to protect his devotee. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada put more emphasis on speaking about Prahlad, take big steps in the opposite direction. So, this is how the Lord is very mysterious. To the demoniac person, the Lord, Vinashaya Chaduskritam, he comes to eliminate him. And to the devotee, he comes to protect them. Not only does he protect them, but he gives them transcendental bliss. That Prahlada Vidaya Vadham, another prayer for Nrsimhadeva, that he gives great pleasure, just like to Prahlad Maharaj, he gives pleasure to the heart of every devotee. Bhakta Vidya Vidaranam. And he chases away the ignorance. If there's any ignorance in the mind of the devotee when they worship Lord Nrsimhadeva, he, with his ferocious roar and claws, he scares away all the ignorance that can plague the mind of the devotee. And at the same time, Shadahindu Virchin, he is like the autumn moon, bringing refreshing happiness to the mind of the devotee. Vande Parindra, I offer my obeisances to that form of Lord Nrsimhadeva, Vadanam Harim, who has the face of a lion. So, Lord Nrsimhadeva appeared so many millions of years ago, but he also appeared 500 years ago. He appeared when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Kazi, he came and broke the mridanga, had one of his soldiers break the mridanga. And he said, the next time I come, if you do this, I will tear down your houses and break all of your mridanga. So Lord Chaitanya organized a big sankirtan. The sankirtan was so big that there were millions of people. There were not even millions of people in Navadvip, but somehow or another millions of people came, because wherever the Lord appears, his entourage is also there. And they marched to the house of the Kazi. And the Kazi was very fearful because they were yelling, tear down his house, burn down his house, kill him. The devotees were fired up. They were full of Nrsimha potency. And so he was hiding, and then Lord Chaitanya came into his house and said, my dear uncle, why are you hiding from me? I'm your dear nephew. Let us discuss. So he came out. He said, yes, you are my dear nephew. Okay, anything to say? And so the Lord preached to him, because he began arguing a little bit with it. You know, we have our Muslim Dharma, you have your Hindu Dharma. We can kill cows. So, you can't kill them, we can kill them, no problem. And Lord Chaitanya preached to him that actually this cow killing and this violence is not at all tolerated in any scripture. Actually, Srila Prabhupada spoke about that. I'll speak about it another time. How actually Muhammad also spoke against killing of the living entity. So then he said, he preached to him, and the Kazi said, actually, I have to reveal something to you. Last night, after we broke these mridangas, I came and I went to bed, and all of a sudden, I woke up, and there was this huge lion sitting on my chest, and he's stuck his claws into my chest, and he said, if you ever interfere with the Sankirtan movement again, I will tear your heart out. And he said, then I woke up and I thought, marks of the claws of the transcendental claws of Sri Nrsimhadeva on his cheek. I realized it was not his dream. So he said, from this day forward, by the order, of course he didn't say that, but it was actually by the order of Lord Nrsimhadeva, the Sankirtan movement must go on, and no one can stop it. This is the order of the Kazi. So this is the potency of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada told us that we should put a picture, just like my Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada said, has ordered, we should put a picture of Lord Nrsimhadeva in all of our altars, and everyone can put them in their home. But the most important thing is a prayer by Sri Prahlad Maharaj, which I recited this morning. That Karmashayan, Randhaya Randhaya. The most important picture we must put of Lord Nrsimhadeva is in our hearts. Because the worst demon, the most ferocious demon, is right there. That is the demon of material desire. So this demon, we want to put Lord Nrsimhadeva in our heart and say, please drive away this most dangerous demon. All the other demons, Krishna will take care of them for his devotees. But the one demon that we have to participate in is this demon of unwanted desires in the heart. We have to be very desirous and very determined that that demon be chased away. That is the most dangerous one, because if we don't ask the Lord to do it, then that demon will become stronger and stronger. Just like when Lord Ramachandra went to the forest to kill the demons summoned by Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra said, do it quickly, because if it gets dark, the Rakshasis will become stronger. So in the same way, we have to be, before too much darkness takes us over in the form of ignorance, sense gratification, and material desire, we have to call upon Lord Nrsimhadeva to chase away the demons of material existence. So this is a very special occasion. Now we have to start the ceremony. We should take advantage of this day to keep Lord Nrsimhadeva in our hearts and in our lives. Not that, well, Shringa Chaturdasi is over. Now, let me, now I'm back to business as usual. Back to material life. This day and every holy day, as Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, are mothers of devotion. If we celebrate them properly, begging the Lord, please become present in every moment of my life and in every movement of my consciousness, then this day, the real meaning of this day, becomes fruitful in our lives. We shouldn't just think, oh, we got that task over with, now here's the feast, and now tomorrow. So, not that it's over with. This is the beginning. Every holy day is the beginning of a new commitment, just like we spoke about Sankalpa. So what is that commitment? That I commit my life to the service of Sri Nrsimhadeva by chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. And specifically all the mantras we offer to Nrsimhadeva every day. I commit myself with this Sankalpa to his service. And I know I don't even have to ask him, but I will ask him anyway, because I'm a rascal. Please protect me. So this is the potency of Sri Vishnu. So thank you all very much. If there's any questions, you can ask after the kirtan. Oh, I thought he was cutting me off. No. Yeah. No. Oh, he wants to tell another story, so I'm just going to... No. He's hot off the press.
He wants me to tell the story. I was asking him if he could tell the story. In our world headquarters in Mayapur, very amazing. Actually, there are a lot, this was written about, a lot of very, what you call it, mystical interactions between
So anyway, so with the help of one of our God brothers in South India, he was looking around, and he found one man who actually the devotees had met previously, and the devotees convinced him that that this form of Lord Nrsimhadeva in such a way that it will bring you not only you do not only have to fear, but it will bring you all great fortune. And they showed him a picture of the deities and how nicely they're being worshipped, and they described what had happened also. That in several occasions, these negative elements had attacked. One time when Srila Prabhupada was still here, they attacked a very heavy attack after Srila Prabhupada disappeared. An even heavier attack with bombs and guns and knives and machetes. They came, and even one of our stalwart devotees, Vigraha Maharaj, he was injured. He lost his leg defending the deities. So he fearlessly ran out, and he attacked the attackers. When they saw him so fearless, they actually ran away. He was one of the main causes. They turned around. He couldn't believe somebody, even after he had his leg practically blown off, he got up and started running toward them. And so, because he believed in what he said, so they ran away. And these people are careful with them. So, after all this convincing, then this man finally agreed, because many people will make a small deity of Nrsimha, but to make a deity the size that they wanted is practically unprecedented. There is one Nrsimha deity in South India, and this Nrsimha, every day they covered him with sandalwood paste until after about 150 days, he's so covered that you can't see him anymore. It's just a mound of sandalwood, just to keep him cool down. Because he's so ferocious. They're covered, and then on this day, actually, they're having well, they already finished because they're 12 hours, 9 hours ahead. But they're already finished. But on this day, they wash up all the sandalwood and they start applying it again. And about halfway through the year, he's covered over. So they were very afraid. They knew about this deity. What's going to happen? And he asked, are you going to cover the deity with sandalwood? Yes, we'll apply sandalwood. But so after that fact was brought about, and devotees decided that we have to put a deity of Prahlad Nrsimha. We have to put Prahlad there, so that Prahlad will make Nrsimhadeva. Prahlad was the only one who could calm down Nrsimhadeva. And they also decided to put Panchatattva and Gornitai, because the mood of Gornitai is to give blessings to everyone. So all these arrangements were made to keep Lord Nrsimhadeva. When the sculptor heard of these arrangements, then he finally agreed, and he made the deity. And then he installed that deity. And since we've installed that deity, no one attacks anymore. The only thing they do is try to steal land, but they have attacked us again. So this is Lord Nrsimhadeva's appearance in Sri Mayapur. So, yes, in Germany they installed the Nrsimha. I don't know the story about the carving, but the German Yajna was attacked by the government. And they were also attacked by, kind of very conservative Nazi-type people. And so this was a long time ago, and they installed an Nrsimha deity. Of course, at that time, when they installed him, there was also, the devotees were preaching in the communist countries. And so they wanted to have one place where the devotees would be protected by Lord Nrsimha. run across the roofs and hide, on the rooftops from the KGB because they would come and try to arrest the devotees. So they decided to install Lord Nrsimhadeva at the grave. Of course, this is not the same Uber Nrsimha as Mayapur because this Nrsimhadeva, he has Prahlad Maharaj, he's actually Prahlad Nrsimha, he has Prahlad Maharaj sitting on his lap. He's a little more peaceful. And so the Lord appeared so many ways. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he established the first Nrsimhadeva deity in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, the first one that I know of. And he established it in his main temple with his main deities there in Mayapur to protect the devotees and from the onslaught of so many materialistic people, and especially to protect the devotees from Mayavad philosophy. Right? So we see that they protect our minds from Mayavad philosophy. So Srila Prabhupada said again and again and again the story of Lord Nrsimhadeva and Prahlad Maharaj is a story of the atheist versus the theist. Srila Prabhupada said, this goes on and goes on since time immemorial and will go on forever in the material world. And so when we hear this story, we should develop full faith that Lord Nrsimhadeva, Srila Prabhupada said, even if you're killed, you have to, Lord Prahlad Maharaj gives us faith that Lord Nrsimhadeva will protect us. Prabhupada said, even if you're killed. But Prabhupada said, the devotee will not be killed. The devotee has faith in the Supreme Personality of God. He will not be killed. But sometimes even a devotee is put into such a difficult position that he has to give up his life in a very unpalatable way. Sometimes devotees have had car accidents, drowned in the Ganga, so many different ways. But if we're remembering Lord Nrsimhadeva, actually Srila Prabhupada was asked that if a devotee leaves his body very quickly, like accident or something, and he doesn't have time to chant Hare Krishna, Prabhupada said, that's why you must chant now. If you chant sincerely now, even if you can't chant, by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the sincerity of your devotional service, you will be protected. So, in the Srila Prabhupada mentioned in one particular Singha Chaturdasi lecture that Prahlad Maharaj was asked by his father, Hiranyakashipu, that what have you learned? And what did he say? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Shparanam, Pad Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam Atmani Vedanam. What's that? He called his teachers, and he said, why did, he had his sword on his hand. Why are you teaching them? We didn't teach that, nor is anybody in our staff, we guarantee you. And Srila Prabhupada said, the enemy has infiltrated. He said that the enemy, Indra, has somehow or another infiltrated. So then he tortured Prahlad Maharaj. And after that, he asked Prahlad Maharaj again. At first he sent him back to school. He asked him again, what have you learned? And Prahlad Maharaj said, where are you getting this knowledge from? What have you heard? And Prahlad Maharaj said, you have nothing to fear. No. Persons like you will never learn anything like this. Demons like you, even if you try by your own efforts, even if you hear Or even if you have some big assembly with Brahmins and them, because you're Griha Vratanam, you have a vow to enjoy this material world. Adanda Govir, Vishatam Bhavishram. Anyone who lives in the ignorance of trying to enjoy their senses, they will simply chew the chew, otherwise simply doing the same thing. That's what we're doing. When we try to enjoy material life, we're just doing the same thing in a different way. Trying to create different varieties of the same thing. I'll eat in the Chinese restaurant, I'll eat in the Italian restaurant, I'll eat in the Hindu restaurant, I'll eat in this restaurant, that restaurant. No, just food. And then he went on to say, and why is that? Because people who are ignorant, they never understand what is their self-interest. They think self-interest means making money and becoming materially prosperous. Durashaya, vibhagya artha manina. Because their consciousness, their mind is always externally absorbed, then durashaya. Their life is very difficult. Everything is going forward, otherwise going toward Krishna or going toward Vishnu is very difficult. And then he told him that andayatandaya upadiyamanas, that people like you are simply following the blind following the blind. Actually, one European painter, I don't know, who was it, Van Gogh, you think that picture, famous picture of blind people. There's blind people and they're all following other blind people. I don't know if he got a copy of the Bhagavad. So this was, the original principle is coming from Prahlad Maharaj, and it expanded in the heart. It was inspired in the heart. Everyone is bound tightly to Isho, Tantriyam, Urdham, Vibhadam, tightly bound by the ropes of material existence. And then he said, there's only one way, and this we should be very attentive to. There's only one way, and the only one way, Mahiyasam, Bhagarajo Abhishekam. We do an Abhishek, but in this Abhishek, you take the dust from the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas and you put it on your head. That's the best Abhishek. That's the only Abhishek we do for ourselves. We don't pour milk on ourselves. We don't pour milk. But this Abhishek, everyone should do. You take the dust of the lotus feet of the devotee. He said, my dear Father, if you want to know my secret, this is what you must do. And what did Lord Nrsimhadeva, what did Hiranyakashipu do? He tortured him. No. So Srila Prabhupada said, this is the difference between the atheist and the devotee. The atheist, even if someone is his own son, he will kill them for his own self-interest. Just like Kamsa. He was ready to kill his sister out of his own self-interest. And Hiranyakashipu was ready to kill his own son. And he said the devotee, just the opposite. Even in the midst of boiling oil and being stabbed by all kinds of weapons and poisoned cake and all the different, thrown off a cliff, crushed by an elephant. Even then, the devotee is thinking, please, my Lord, help my father. No, this is the difference. Prahlad Maharaj wasn't thinking, wow, all right, tearing to pieces. No. But he was very happy to see him torn to pieces. Not because he was vengeful. Like we would think that way. Oh, great. Now you finally got it. Don't mess with me. But he was thinking that now he has been touched by the lotus nails of Lord Nrsimhadeva. Now he will be liberated. I'm very happy that my father was torn apart like this. Because now he's gotten the Lord's mercy. So a devotee, whenever in the midst of calamity, if we see a war, if we see something, it's like Srila Prabhupada, when World War II came and they were bombing Calcutta, and friend said, let us go take shelter. But no, I have to finish my prasadam. And he said, Prabhupada said, I was thinking, if the Lord wants, then a bomb will come. How can I prevent it? And he just took the prasadam and he bombed it. And Prabhupada said afterwards that the Lord is so kind to his devotees. So many people in that time were starving, but not one Vaishnava. The Vaishnavas were all taken care of by the Lord. So we should have that faith and assurance. And how do we do it? By acting, by capturing the essence of Prahlad Maharaj. That now, now we have this most wonderful opportunity to be kind upon all living entities. We read this morning in the Bhagavatam class, I'm sure everybody was listening, but maybe there's someone that wasn't. So, this morning we read one verse from the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj in the 5th canto, where he says that, my dear Lord, please bless all living entities to give up their envy, because by doing so, they will be very kindly disposed towards all the living entities. So here, even praying to Lord Nrsimhadeva brings about the Sankirtan movement. If we pray for his protection, and we pray for him to destroy the enviousness in the hearts of all the living entities, then everyone will be kind, everyone will be a servant of one another, and then we can have a peaceful society. Otherwise, as Chanakya Pandit said, in the case of Hiranyakashipu, what was that? Upadesha Nivurkanam. If you give instructions to a fool like Hiranyakashipu, then that instead of becoming peaceful, he will become angry. And so this is another lesson. Don't try to instruct a foolish person. Give them prasadam, give them the holy name. You go out in Harinam Sankirtan to give them, everyone can come. We're doing Agni Prabhu. Wouldn't it be nice? Imagine if we had this whole, everybody that's here right now, and on the Harinam. Of course, we'll do that on Thursday to some extent. But if we did that every once in a while, like 100 people on Harinam, it's just like overwhelming. I've seen Harinams like that in Los Angeles, in different places, and the people are overwhelmed. They think the Hare Krishnas are taking over the world. And this is Prabhupada's desire, so we should do this. And let them think that way, and then that'll be the first step to doing so. So how are we doing for time? Ready? Ready for the judgment. So thank you all very much for your kind attention and for being here on this very special day and for your desire to serve Lord Nrsimhadeva and Vigraha.
While we lightify and begin the preliminary worship of the fire, inviting the Lord to reside in the form of this fire, I'd like everybody to please chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare now we begin the actual offering of grain into the sacrificial fire. Before everyone is invited to offer, the four priests who are offering into the fire will make 4 preliminary oblations offered by one each piece of mango wood soaked in ghee. And then everyone is invited to offer grains into the fire. Now normally this is sometimes we experience some technical difficulties in this part of the Yajna. Right? So as much as possible, everyone sort of situate yourself accordingly. And we offer the grain with a particular mudra called the Mrik mudra. And it's not like even though the action we actually have to use to get it anywhere near to the fire is throwing, it's not like we, pelting down the fire or something like that, like pelting balata on a high tree, pelting mango. But do it with the consciousness of offering something with love to the Lord. So we begin the preliminary offerings. First, then that last. Please. Om Bhu Swaha Idam Vishnave Idam Namama Om Bhua Swaha Idam Achutaya Idam Namama Om Swa Swaha Idam Narayanaya Idam Namama Om Bhur Bhua Swaha Idam Manantaya Idam Namama. So everyone is ready. The first set of offerings we'll make into the fire are the 108 names of Lord Nrsimhadeva. Following the 108 names of Lord Nrsimhadeva, we'll make offerings of the Nrsimha Kavacha Stotram, which is a prayer offered and is recorded in the Brahmanda Purana. And we'll offer the Nrsimha Beat Mantra, which is the mantra Damodar Maharaj was mentioning in the beginning of his talk, Ugram Gira Mahavishnu. And then we'll offer some Vaishnava mantras and go inside to the Arti after the concluding ceremonies. Also, devotees who are sitting on the northern side, I believe, just near to the deities, please be very careful that you don't pelt them. I don't know how Lord Nrsimhadeva will react to being pelt in the back of his head with grains. If you want to take a chance, I don't want to take a chance. The devotee might still be forgiven, but if you run Nrsimha, I don't know. So now we begin. We'll offer the 108 names of Lord Nrsimhadeva with loving oblations into the fire. Om Nrsimhaya Namaha Swaha Om Mahasinhaya Namaha Swaha Om Divya Sinhaya Namaha Swaha Om Mahabalaya Namaha Swaha Om Ugra Sinhaya Namaha Swaha Om Mahadevaya Namaha Swaha Om Stambhajayaya Namaha Swaha Om Ugra Lochanaya Namaha Swaha Om Raudraya Namaha Swaha Om Sarvabhutaya Namaha Swaha Om Srimanaya Namaha Swaha Om Yoganandaya Namaha Swaha Om Trivikramaya Namaha Swaha Om Harine Namaha Swaha Om Kolahalaya Namaha Swaha Om Chakrine Namaha Swaha Om Vijayaya Namaha Swaha Om Jayavardhanaya Namaha Swaha Om Panchachanaya Namaha Swaha Om ज्वलनाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ ज्वलन्मुखाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ ज्वलमालिने नमः स्वाहा ॐ महाज्वलाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ महाप्रभुवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ लक्षाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सहस्रक्षाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ दुर्निक्षणाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ प्रतपदाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ महादंष्ट्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ युद्धप्रज्ञाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ चन्द्रकोपिने नमः स्वाहा ॐ सदाशिवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ हिरण्यकशिपुध्वंसिने नमः स्वाहा ॐ दैत्याय दानवभजजनाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ गुणभद्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ महाभद्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ बलभद्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सुभद्रकाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ करलाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ विकरलाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ विकर्ताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वकर्तिकाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ शिशुमराय नमः स्वाहा ॐ त्रिलोकात्माय नमः स्वाहा ॐ ईशाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वेश्वराय नमः स्वाहा ॐ विभुवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ भैरवदम्बराय नमः स्वाहा ॐ दिव्याय नमः स्वाहा ॐ अच्युताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ कविने नमः स्वाहा ॐ माधवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे ॐ मधुक्षजाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ अक्षराय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ वनमालिने नमः स्वाहा ॐ वरप्रदाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ विश्वम्भराय नमः स्वाहा ॐ अद्भुताय नमः स्वाहा ॐ भावाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ श्री विष्णवे नमः स्वाहा ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ अनघस्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ नक्षत्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सूर्यज्योतिने नमः स्वाहा ॐ सुरेश्वराय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सहस्रबाहुवाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वज्ञाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वसिद्धिप्रदकाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ वज्रदंष्ट्राय नमः स्वाहा ॐ भद्रनकाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ महानन्दाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ परमतपाय नमः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वमन्त्रैकरूप नमः स्वाहा सर्वयंत्र विदरमाय नमः स्वाहा ओम सर्वतंत्रात्मकाय नमः स्वाहा ओम अनवक्ताय नमः स्वाहा ओम सुवक्ताय नमः स्वाहा ओम भक्तवत्सलाय नमः स्वाहा ओम वैशक शुक्ल भूतोत्थाय नमः स्वाहा ओम शरणागत वत्सलाय नमः स्वाहा ओम उदर कीर्तिने नमः स्वाहा ओम पुण्यात्माय नमः स्वाहा ओम महात्माय नमः स्वाहा ओम चंद्र विक्रमाय नमः स्वाहा ओम वेदत्रयाय नमः स्वाहा ओम प्रपूज्याय नमः स्वाहा ओम भगवनाय नमः स्वाहा ओम परमेश्वराय नमः स्वाहा ओम श्रीवत्समकाय नमः स्वाहा ओम जगद्व्यापिने नमः स्वाहा ओम जगन्मायाय नमः स्वाहा ओम जगत्पालाय नमः स्वाहा ओम जगन्नाथाय नमः स्वाहा ओम महाखागाय नमः स्वाहा ओम द्विरूपवृद्धाय नमः स्वाहा ओम परमात्माय नमः स्वाहा ओम परम ज्योतिने नमः स्वाहा ओम निर्गुणाय नमः स्वाहा ओम निर्केशनीने नमः स्वाहा ओम परतत्वाय नमः स्वाहा ओम परम धामाय नमः स्वाहा ओम सच्चिद आनंद विग्रहाय नमः स्वाहा ओम लक्ष्मी नृसिंहाय नमः स्वाहा ओम सर्वात्माय नमः स्वाहा ओम धीराय नमः स्वाहा ओम प्रहलाद फलकाय नमः स्वाहा ओम भू स्वाहा इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः ओम भुव स्वाहा इदं अच्युताय इदं नमः ओम स्व स्वाहा इदं नारायणाय इदं नमः ओम भूर्भुवः स्व स्वाहा इदं अनन्ताय इदं नमः
One piece of ghee, one piece of sugar. One piece of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
इति श्री नृसिंहकवच स्तोत्रम् ओम नृसिंहकवचं वक्ष्ये प्रह्लादेनोदितं पुरा सर्वरक्षं करं पुण्यं सर्वोपद्रवनाशनं स्वाहा इदं नृसिंहाय इदं नमः सर्वसम्पत्करं चैव स्वर्गमोक्षप्रदायकं ध्यात्वा नृसिंहं देवेशं हेमसिंहासनस्थितं स्वाहा विवृतास्यं श्रीनयनं शारदिन्दुसमप्रभं लक्ष्म्यालिङ्गितवामङ्गं विभूतिरूपाश्रितं स्वाहा ॐ चतुर्भुजं कोमलाङ्गं स्वर्णकुण्डलशोभितं सरोजशोभितो रक्षं रत्नकेयूरमुद्रितं स्वाहा सप्तकाञ्चनशङ्काशं पीतानिर्मलवाससं इन्द्रारिसुलमौलिष्ठा स्फुरन्माणिक्यदीप्तिभिः स्वाहा विराजितपदद्वन्द्वं शङ्खचक्रादिहेतिभिः करुत्माता च विनयात् स्तूयमानं मदान्वितं स्वाहा ॐ स्वहितकमलासंवासं कृत्वा तु कवचं वथेत् नृसिंहो मे शिरः पातु लोकरक्षार्थसम्भवः स्वाहा ॐ सर्वगोपीस्तम्भवास फलं मे रक्षतु ध्वनिं नृसिंहो मे दृशौ पातु सोमसूर्याग्निलोचनः
हरि मुनिवार्य स्तुति प्रियः नाशं मे सिंह नाशस्तु मुखं लक्ष्मी मुख प्रियः स्वाहा इदं नरसिंहाय इदं नमः सर्वविद्य दीपः पातु नृसिंहो रसनं मम वक्त्रं पातु इन्दुवदनं सदा प्रह्लादवन्दितः स्वाहा इदं नरसिंहाय इदं नमः नृसिंह पातु मे कन्तं स्कन्दो बुभृदनन्तकृत् दिव्यास्त्रशोभितः भुजः नृसिंह पातु मे भुजौ स्वाहा करो मे देव वरदो नृसिंह पातु सर्वतः हृदयं योगी साध्यश्च निवासं पातु मे हरिः स्वाहा ॐ मध्यं पातु हिरण्यकशिपु वक्षकुक्षि विदारणः नाभि मे पातु नृहरिः स्वनाभि ब्रह्म संस्तुता स्वाहा ॐ ब्रह्माण्डकोटया कत्यां यस्यासौ पातु मे कतिं गुह्यं मे पातु गुह्यानां मन्त्राणां गुह्यरूपदृक् स्वाहा ॐ उरुमनोद्भव पातु जानुनी नररूपदृक् जङ्गे पातु धरभर हर्तयो सौनृकेशरी स्वाहा ॐ सुरराजप्रदा पातु पादौ मे नृहरीश्वरः सहस्रशीर्ष पुरुषः पातु मे सर्वशस्नु स्वाहा मनोग्रह पूर्वतः पातु महावीराग्रंजोजितः महाविष्णु दक्षिणे तु महाज्वलस्तु नैरतः स्वाहा पश्चिमे पातु सर्वेषु दिशि मे सर्वतोमुख नृसिंह पातु वायव्यां सौम्यं भूषण विग्रह स्वाहा ईशान्यां पातु भद्रो मे सर्वमङ्गलदायकः संसार भयत पातु मृत्योर्मृत्युर्नृकेशरी स्वाहा इदं नृसिंह कवचं प्रह्लादमुखमन्डितं भक्तिमान्यापते नैत्यं सर्वपापे प्रमुच्यते पुत्रवान् धनवान् लोके दीर्घायुरुपजायते यं यं कामयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोत्यसंशयं स्वाहा सर्वत्र जयम् आप्नोति सर्वत्र विजये भवेत् भूमि अंतरिक्ष दिव्यानां ग्रहाणां विनिवारणं स्वाहा ऋषिकोरवसम्भूत विशापहरणं परं ब्रह्म राक्षस यक्षाणां दुरोतशारणकारणं स्वाहा उजिवा तलपात्रे वा कवचं लिखितं शुभं करमूले धृतं येन सिद्ध्येयु कर्म सिद्धया स्वाहा देवासुरमनुष्येषु स्वं समेव जयं लभेत् एकसन्ध्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं वा यपथ्ये नियतो नरः स्वाहा हरे कृष्ण सर्वमङ्गलमङ्गल्यं भुक्तिं मुक्तिं च विन्दति द्वित्रिंशतिसहस्राणि पठेत् सुधात्मानं नृणाम् ॐ कवचस्यास्य मन्त्रस्य मन्त्रसिद्धिः प्रजायते अनेन मन्त्रराजेन कृत्वा भस्माभिर्मन्त्राणां कीलकं विन्यसेद्यस्तु तस्य गृहभयं हरेत् त्रिवारं जपमानस्तु दत्तं वार्याभिमन्त्रय च स्वाहा रसयेद्यो नरो मन्त्रं नृसिंहध्यानमाचरेत् तस्य रोगाः प्रणश्यन्ति ये च शुकुक्षि सम्भवाः गार्जन्तं गार्जयन्तं निजभुजपतलं स्फोटयन्तं हतन्तं रूप्यन्तं तापयन्तं दिवि भुवि दिजितं क्षेपयन्तं क्षिपन्तं क्रन्दन्तं रोषयन्तं दिशि दिशि सततं संहरन्तं भरन्तं वीक्ष्यन्तं पूर्णयन्तं Karanikaraya Shatair Divya Singham Namami Swaha Idam Nrsimhaya Idam Namama Om Iti Shri Brahmanda Purani Praladoktam Shri Nrsimha Kavacham Sampurnam Namaha Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Mahanrsimhaya Damsra Kala Lavadanaya Gora Rupaya Vajranakaya Jwalamaline Mama Vignan Pacha Pacha Mama Bhayan Bindi Bindi Mama Shatrun Vidravaya Vidravaya Mama Sarva Rishnan Prabhanjaya Prabhanjaya Chata Chata Hana Hana Chindi Chindi Mama Sarva Bhishtan Puraya Puraya Mam Raksha Raksha Hum Phat Swaha Idam Nrsimhaya Idam Namama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna. So now we'll offer the Nrsimha Beej mantra, which is a mantra offered to Lord Nrsimhadeva in Mayapur every day, and for everyone who has a Nrsimha Kavacha from Mayapur, this is the mantra that is inscribed within the Kavacha. So we'll do this mantra 3 times responsively. So everyone please repeat after me. Om Ram Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Nrsimham Ishanam Bhadram Mrityum Namamyaham Swaha Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Nrsimham Ishanam Bhadram Mrityum Namamyaham Swaha Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnu Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Nrsimham Ishanam Bhadram Mrityum Namamyaham Swaha Idam Nrsimhaya Idam Namama. So now we do the Prayashita Homa, which is the prayers we offer to the sacred fire. The Lord has come in to beg us forgiveness from all our offenses if we have committed knowingly or unknowingly, and undoubtedly we have committed offenses. So the only one who can purify us of those offenses is the Supreme Lord, by whose mercy we could get determination to improve the quality of our devotional service. So these are very few quick mantras, and then we'll have the final offering into the fire. Hari Om Pahino Anga Enase Swaha Pahino Vishwa Vedase Swaha Yajnam Pahi Vibha Vasho Swaha Sarvam Pahi Shata Krato Swaha Om Pahino Anga Ekaya Pahyuta Dutiyaya Pahyurdram Tritiyaya Pahi Gharbish Chathar Shibir Vasho Swaha Om Punar Urja Nivartaswa Punar Anga Yayusha Punarna Payu Agam Hashaha Swaha Om Saharajya Nivarta Swagni Vinvashya Dharaya Vishwapshnya Vishwataspari Swaha Om Agyatam Yadagyatam Yagyasya Kriyate Mitu Agni Tad Asya Kalpaya Twagim He Vidha Yatha Tatham Swaha Om Prajapate Natvat Etan Yanyo Vishwajatani Parita Babhuva Yat Kamaste Jujumastanno Astuvayam Shyama Patayo Rayinam Swaha Om Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Alright, now all the grains you have left, make into one portion. All the grains you have left, make into one portion. So if it is you have a lot of grains left, right, because somehow we didn't ration properly, then the devotee will sort of cooperate to make room so you could come up or pass it up to one devotee who could assist, and they will offer not the styrofoam into the fire, but they will try to offer the grains as best as they could into the fire. And you can see the fire of digestion is raging very high frequency, right? So we're offering all the grains into the fire. So we recite Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Swaha. While the devotees are getting their last grains offered in the fire, I would like all the ghee remaining in the 4 bowls be merged into 1 bowl. All the ghee that is remaining in 4 bowls, I would like it merged into 1 bowl. And pass it to Damodar. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So now we'll make the final offering into the fire. After this offering is made, we'll invite everyone to circumambulate the fire, and I'll ask our immediate devotee to lead us in the Namaste prayers as soon as the final offering is made. Now it's many of us here. Practically, as I could see, there are millions of devotees here gathered. But just to make way for everyone to circumambulate the fire, please be mindful of devotees in the front and behind you, and also please be most mindful of the names who are situated there. One time, then you could go to the temple where the article begins as soon as we are finished here. Also at this time, any devotee who wants to receive the mercy of Lord Nrsimhadeva or Karuna Shiva, they can also do so. And anyone who wants to make an offering to the elevated Vaishnavas here, Maharaj, Rajas, who the celebrated Vaishnavas here, you can do so at this time also. While circumambulating the fire, I would like to humbly ask Vigraha Swami to assist me in making the final offering to the fire. This final pouring of ghee to the fire is normally reserved to the respected guest of this being on GBC. I ask him.